Okay, I'm going to create a form and a subform. So I go to, in this particular case, I would go to Form Wizard on this one. And I have table customer, or I can choose whatever I want. So let's say, for example, I want to tie to that um, the customer. So we're going to choose customer, which is fine. We're going to take all the fields over. So if you do that, you hit the double arrow, it'll do that. Then we go to the next one. This is where we pick up, whoops. Then we can also pick up the contract. Let's say we do contract, and we want to put the contract all over. So we put both of them there. So we put the contract and the customer in there. We'll go next. And notice what we've got here is we want to view it by the table customer or table contract. We'll look at it for customer. And notice here it has form with subforms. Subforms simply mean we're going to take the main data, which is the customer, and we're going to put any records associated with that customer in a subform. We'll show that to you. Go next. You have a couple of options. Remember I talked about the layout for your subform. Data sheet is usually used if you have few actual fields. And the reason why you do that is because if you do the tabular view, think of it as a form and then a form below it. But I'm going to go with data sheet. Let's go next. And in this particular case, I'm going to do a rename in terms of form. I'm going to call this FRM, form. And this is mine. And we're going to call this subform, SFRM, contract subform. I'm taking the spaces out, by the way. You will find that if you don't take your spaces out, that you will run into an issue when you're trying to do a name. Okay? And it gives you the option of open the form or modifying it. In this particular case, I'm just going to open it, go finish. And there is customer form. Now notice down here, it's got record selectors 1 to 43. That refers to the customer. But you will also notice down here in the subform, it has record 1 of 1. All right, I'm also going to go ahead and change this. I'm going to go design view, and because I don't like the way the form looks, I'll select the subform, and I can go down here and I can grab the bottom area. That brings it up, and I can also move up the base. I could do a save, and then we just hit the open, and notice how much smaller it is. So you can not only move around a object, for example, a field, but you can also move around the forms in this particular case. So let's see what we've got. Let's throw a couple of lines in here. Okay, notice in this particular case there is no record associated with the client, the subclient. And there we've got 3 of them showing. So you have the ability to move around. Anybody got questions on this one? In this particular case, it was the primary key table that I took, and then I used the one that's a foreign key associated with it. That does not necessarily mean that you have to always go with the primary key as the primary table that's here. You could actually go the other way around. For example, let's say we had products and we wanted to find the customers for products. What we could potentially do is build the form with products information and then bring in a subform that shows the customers associated with that product that have ordered it. So that is a particular case where you have a foreign key field as what you're seeing primarily in this area, and then in the subform will be the actual customers associated with it. A little weird, isn't it? But the thing is, it remembers the relationships. All right, notice also that it assumed that I wanted this form customer mine as the title. I can go up here by clicking into it. I can go in and I can go to the properties and I can change that caption to customers, customer contacts. Okay, I can save that and I could open that. So that can you can change things like that. Any questions on that one? That's how easy it is to create a form and a subform.